Hi, Randy Wheeler here with Wheeler Coaching. I don't know about you, but there's times I'm sitting there working away and somebody comes to my door and they need something. I'm like, go ahead. And I'm still working away. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm not listening. And if I'm not listening, I'm not being an effective leader. In this video, I want to talk about how to effectively listen as a leader. And nothing I'm going to say in this is going to be necessarily earth-shattering. But quite frankly, it may be challenging for us to apply. So let's dive into this. First of all, to be effective, we need to stop. The reason why listening is so important is people feel valued when they feel listened to. And if we stop doing whatever we're doing, turn and look at the person that's talking to us, that's going to be the first step for them to feel like we're listening. But it's not the only step. Not only do we have to stop, but we also have to turn and look at them. Have that eye contact. I don't know if you've ever had a situation where you're talking with somebody and they're just kind of looking over your shoulder or just kind of wandering around, looking all around. But when they look at you, you feel like you're being heard. You feel like they're really listening to you. And I saw an ad once, and in this ad, they showed a young lady, and she's at a restaurant, and across from her is this other person. And the other person was just kind of sitting there and just kind of like this. And then they call a timeout, and they pull in this other person. This other person puts their hand on their chin on their hand and is listening and nodding and looking at them. Just that little adjustment made that person feel listened to. So we stop, we look. You're thinking I'm going to go CPR on you. Stop, look, and listen. No, stop, look, and then third, ask questions. Have you ever been telling a story and the other person starts asking you questions? I know if I'm talking to somebody that's close to me in my life and I'm telling them this story and they start asking questions that are pertinent to the story, it sends a signal they're really listening. They're engaged with it. So ask questions. Maybe those questions are clarifying some of the details. Maybe those questions are getting a deeper understanding for you. Maybe they have a question for you and you need to ask questions back to get more clarity, what they really need for an answer. And then a fourth idea to help you effectively listen is repeat. Not in an annoying way, but repeat what they say. Maybe somebody comes up to you and they're having a problem with a client situation. Are you just nodding your head and then you say, no, go figure it out. Just figure it out. And they're not going to feel listened to. But if they're sharing about the struggle they're having and you're looking at them, giving them that eye contact, asking questions, okay, what happened to this situation? Oh, so you're saying you're really frustrated because they were being really aggressive in that conversation. Okay. Then when you ask more questions, you could even go into a coaching mode and say, hey, what are some solutions you can think of? You don't have to answer all their problems, solve all their problems. But by leaning in and listening, they're going to feel valued. And when your team members feel valued, they're going to be willing to do more and they're going to be more engaged because they feel that you care about them. I hope these tips are helpful. My challenge to you is figure out which one of them you need to apply today and start applying it. I told you they weren't earth-shattering. They're kind of simple, but it's hard to apply them sometimes in the rush and the busyness of us wanting to get stuff done as leaders. Hey, if you found this valuable, please share it with others. And if you're not getting this directly to your email inbox, go to leadwell.biz and sign up for a free leadership ebook. If you want to go deeper and discover ways I may be able to help you and serve your team, feel free to reach out to me at Randy@WheelerCoachingSystems.com. Have a fantastic day and lead well.